Erico or Rico back uploaded on your computer screens once again. Happy Sunday. By the time this goes up, it will be Sunday. And because we are in the Holy Spirit and the grace of the Lord, make sure that you like this video. Subscribe, because you will get absolute common sense in the form of me ranting about news from East Asia. I do not know why Satan's deepness just got in my voice, but yeah. So come on. People who are interested in Korean culture, people that have talked to Korean people, been to Korea. If you haven't been to Korea but you're interested in going to Korea and you talk to a Korean person, just come on, just gather around me, because we gotta talk. We're gonna have a heart to heart with each other. It's gonna be like one of them sessions where all those people sit in a circle and they just tell all their feelings, only without the drugs, alcohol, and abuse of weird stuff like that. Yeah. When you talk to a Korean person and you get to a level of Korean in your Korean studies that you can actually talk to the person in Korean, and the person talks to you, and you might notice that there's a lot of these things that are in the message, and it's like or that would actually be the sound. It would be that but it's like a long trail of these symbols, and it's the same symbol over and over again. Or it might be the ha 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 ha, and it's that same symbol all over and over again. These signify that the person is either chuckling or just outright laughing. Sometimes it could be the two together, and it's like a k. So it's kind of like and you might wonder why the person that you're talking to uses these so much. And it's a very big mystery that people have talked about and have different opinions and answers for, but it can also cause a whole lot of misconceptions, and you might think that the person is laughing at you, which I've been there. It can make you mad, especially if you're black and you already have like this negative connotation that Korean people can be racist towards you, or that you thinking that they just laughing at you just simply because you're black. You know, I mean, we gonna be all the way 100. It's like black people always talk about race. I wish we didn't have to, but you know, I'm sorry. This world, there's all the stuff that goes on, and it's like we just surrounded by all sides with just negativity, and it's like we don't get a break. But it also causes us to be paranoid sometimes, but sometimes that paranoia leads to the truth. And this whole thing about them laughing a lot, it has nothing really to do with the person and how they think that it actually is. It's more so with the culture and how Korean people choose to communicate. And it's not always the best way to communicate, because it can come off like you are laughing at the person, but really I believe that deep down the person is nervous. So what they do is they do this because, one, if you are black or if you're a foreigner and you are speaking Korean and Korean is good, they are very surprised by this. And also, they think a lot about themselves. A lot of Korean people, especially out in Korea, they're not really thinking so much about people around them unless they're doing something that's like causes people to look at them. They're really thinking more about themselves and their inward desires and how they look to other people. So that's the reason why, you know, Korean people don't hold the door. Korean people will run into you and not even acknowledge you, because they think more about inward things of themselves. They don't think about the people around them until you are like introduced or the light is on that person. And this is also with communication, especially if you're just meeting the person and you don't know them. They might be like, oh my God, like, how do I come off to this foreigner that speaks Korean really well? Do I have to speak English to them? What if my English isn't good? Oh my God, they're so cool. Because Korean people have this type of concept that foreigners automatically are cooler than them. And you know, like, I don't know why, because there's some broke down Americans that go to Korea that just ain't worth nothing. You know, they think they're the coolest thing just because they're white, or sometimes because they're black, and they think all of these stereotypes, and they're just like, oh, 맛있어요, 진짜 맛있어요. And you know, it's just like, why? It's like, that person is a person just like you, just like me or anyone else. You come into Korea probably because you're trying to save money, or you just there being a teacher, you don't know what else you want to do. Like, people go through stuff, and Korean people just automatically have these misconceptions about foreigners as well, and it causes them to sometimes act this way, and it causes us to think certain ways about the Korean person as well, because we already had misconceptions anyway. So, you know, it's like, I honestly get frustrated when it comes to this type of communication, because I feel like sometimes that I'm wasting my time, and it might sound bad to say, but like, I do get like very annoyed when I run into Korean people that just like every other sentence they're laughing, or they're putting that, and it's like, okay, we're not even talking about anything that's funny, so there's no reason for you to be laughing. It's like, cause let's just calm down a little bit, you know. And it's like, I was talking to somebody recently, and like, I think it was only like maybe 2 or 3 messages where he wasn't like putting that he was laughing, and it's just like, this dude, it's like, it's not funny. Like, I understand, like, I said some funny stuff in the messages that we exchanged, and you know, I laughed, he laughed, but like, it's just like, okay, after a while the person kind of is like, okay, why are you laughing? You know, it's like, are you laughing at me? Like, really bad? Like, why are you laughing at me? Like, oh my goodness, like, you know, we about to square up because you laughing at me. And then when you square up and the Korean person's like, what the hell is going on? Why you just punching me in my face? You know, it just overall, it just looks bad. But it's really just something where it's a cultural difference, I believe, and you can choose to deal with that or not. Sometimes I choose not to deal with it, and you know, that's why I'm very into my own culture. And there is times, and this might also sound bad, where I just like being around my own, and it's because there are cultural differences where it's just like, it does get frustrating like this. And sometimes the person will say, like, if you bring it up, like, oh, I'm not actually laughing at you, I'm just laughing. But even then, like, people who laugh a lot and it's like not anything funny or like really amusing even to them, it does get kind of annoying, doesn't it? Like, don't you think it gets kind of annoying? It just feels like that it's just unnecessary. I mean, if you want to laugh, that's fine. But if I choose to be annoyed, I also can have that option. So yeah, you know, sometimes the person might be laughing at you. It could be a Korean. Sometimes the person might just be nervous and they're just laughing because they're nervous. It could also just be all in your head. So, you know, people, you never know. I would say just keep doing you. Keep speaking Korean. Person laugh at you, they laugh at you. If it gets on your nerves, just stop talking to the person. I honestly just stopped talking to the person after a while. People laughing a lot, and people who don't have like thoughtful answers when they answer me, are like, it's really short answers, and I ask you a question and either you don't answer it. Stuff like that gets on my nerves a little bit. It's just like, come on, like, you couldn't answer my question. Or like, it makes me think that there's a reason why you didn't want to answer it. Like, if you just don't answer it at all. And this happens a lot. You know, like, you just bypass my question, and okay, like, you thought I was gonna forget. I feel like Korean people sometimes have communication issues anyway, just even with each other. So yeah, you guys, this is a lot to think about. I hope you thought a lot about this and you continue to think a lot about this. Follow my social media, mostly my Instagram. I also have a blog on East Asian pop culture. The link will be in the description box below. Follow my music channel. Yes, follow it. Follow it now. And remember, be real, stay real, live in the real. And I will be back.